and Wally Tirado. Congratulations from the only local sports talk station, ESPN Northwest Florida.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. Joe, the sports talk monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Lights, camera, action.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Do you know who I am?
Live and local inside the J. Michaels studio.
People know me.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub! I'm full of water! I stay hot tub! Stay hot tub! Hot tub! I'm gonna make it! Stay hot tub! Rubber tub and hot
Hey,
tub!
you can tell Alabama won.
I know.
If you're on TV.
I know.
Will it make me wet?
Yeah,
Will it
stay
fit?
in the hot tub!
Yeah.
Will it make me wet?
Yeah.
Well.
That part reminds me of Chad.
It is.
Man, you look good. Where'd you get that at? I like that.
I wore it last year.
I love that. Where did you buy that?
Nike Dry Fit.
Did you buy that
pullover.
Birmingham somewhere?
I think so. I can't remember.
I hadn't seen one of those in Panhandle, Florida. I like that. Glenn's got that ugly.
Middle Tennessee.
He wore his Arnold colors in here today.
Yeah, but John's wearing the Kentucky colors.
He's wearing
in
it
there.
proud.
Well, we didn't win, but I'm wearing
Trying to
it.
get fired.
But anyway,
Well, where's your Florida State stuff?
I didn't want to be today on the air. I didn't want to be.
You don't want to upset anybody.
I didn't want to upset anybody,
That's what I did.
And, I want to thank Florida for honoring Tim Tebow and then only scoring 15 points to match his number. That's great.
Travis, where are you, Travis? You gonna let Glenn talk this way about Florida Gators? Travis kept talking about it. I think they're going to pull it all set up. We said, well, Travis, cocaine is hell of a drug. But, you know what, though? For a while there, and we'll talk more about that a little bit later, but for a while there, I thought Florida was okay. But then I thought this is a long game.
Well, the thing is, they did have a good run game plan. The way they had the motion and
shorten the clock,
and they had the first quarter we had it 3 plays.
Yeah,
and they did a good job on that. And how much money did they give the ACSC officials to call that unnecessary roughness when you sacked the quarterback?
Yeah, I know. I'm not real certain. My favorite thing I got from Glenn Manley after that game was this picture of the Florida Gators spitting on the Florida State guy. It says, "Be careful around spitting gators. They transmit no bola."
Glenn, you did that. Was awesome, man.
Somebody sent that to me. I think
That's awesome.
I got it from somebody. I think Jim Lawson sent it to me.
That was pretty good. I gotta give him credit.
That was a good one, and that's why I had to share it this morning.
You said a picture of one of them, somebody, maybe it was Glenn, I don't know. But I don't think it was you. Somebody had a picture of Saban behind the officials, giving them huge amounts of money. and he goes, wait a minute, here's for Atlanta.
NIL, baby.
Golly, what a week. Man, I tell you what, I enjoyed this past week.
It was a good weekend.
It was awesome.
Team you're on.
Listen, the games were great. I think no matter what team you were on, other than maybe Georgia Tech.
No, Georgia
Tech started out
good.
Yeah, they started out good.
But you can't, they just had too many
Georgia's
weapons.
just a different level.
Right. Yeah.
Georgia's just a different level.
They are.
But, man, what a weekend of college football. It started Thursday night in the Egg Bowl. Ole Miss, Mississippi State was a really good competitive football game. Mississippi State was terrible, didn't even have a head coach. You see the guy? I know the guy. I can't think of his name right now. You know him. He recruited the Panhandle. No. He also recruited down Southwest Florida. I was down there. He's been at Auburn. He's been at Ole Miss, Mississippi State. He's the acting head coach of Mississippi State. Great guy. But did you see him drive that little four-wheeler up on the field?
They asked him. He said, I've got to practice in the locker room before it came out.
Was that like a booster deal?
I don't know, but it's funny.
Somebody's paid money for that to happen.
But that was funny.
Yeah.
He said, when did you practice? A while ago in the locker room when I...
Hey, Mississippi State played really well. They played hard.
They did.
Game.
I watched part of that game.
There were so many great games. Let's get into this real quick. No, wait, time out. Let's start all over. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about Bozeman High School.
Yeah, let's talk about Bozeman.
The best football program in Bay County. Bozeman, 28, Holmes County, 14.
They were behind 14-0 at half.
And into the third quarter. It wasn't until late in the third quarter when they got on the board. I was at the game.
Never give
wild.
up. Never give in.
Oh, and then it was just a free for all the last the last part of the fourth quarter. Especially the last touchdown, the fumble return, they just were piling on at that point. 28 unanswered points from that point. 28 unanswered.
All right.
Who they got now?
They got to go play Madison County, I think.
Yeah, at Madison County.
Yeah. Now they're doing fundraisers. As a matter of fact, I got a check I'm going to take up there today.
What do they need?
For the travel, they're going to leave. I think he said they're going to leave Wednesday night.
All right, listen. If you're listening right now, Greg Pernicki. Anyway, everybody listening right now, Dr. Chad Mitchell. We need to write checks and get them out to Bozeman High School. Make them out to Bozeman Athletic Department.
I guess Bozeman football. But
Bozeman
the thing,
football.
you need to call the school to see. I need to have a fundraiser thing probably on where you can.
Yeah, we need to get some money up for them. Let's talk about that almost every break.
Okay.
Because they're the only team out there playing right now. Let's support Bozeman. They got a shot.
And as you well know, the FHSA is going to give you some money. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they love taking it. I tell you what now. Going to play in Boot Hill.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
But if anybody can do it, they can do it. You're going to have to play them anyway. Yeah. And then
why did they play them? Why are they not playing Bozeman? why is Bozeman not playing Bloodstown?
Remember, when they get to the semis, they cross over.
Don't they go by rankings?
Yeah, and it's go by rankings too. Hawthorne's number 1.
So make them travel.
And Holmes County's number 4. Holmes County's number 4. And so the 2 and 3 would be Madison County and then Bozeman.
Yeah. And the other game we just mentioned, Bloodstown, they did it again. Port St. Joe, 14-10.
Right.
Another great football game, high school football game. Boy, I tell you what, that was a good one. Port St. Joe almost pulled it off now.
They did.
Bloodstown's got 4 Division I players on that team.
I'm sure they do. Coaches, Jordan's always got somebody.
Well, I'm telling you what now. You go to Boot Hill and play over there. I don't care how good you are. There's something different.
What happens over there is it seems like they always got 25 seniors. Every year.
Right. And they can run deer.
Yeah.
And there's something the way they do it. There's another school over there, but they can play football for them, and it's not counted against their enrollment.
That's right. It's an alternative school, and they don't have sports. So
you got 2 schools, you get counted for 1.
Right.
And they play 1A football.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the reason they won what seemed like a state championship every other year.
The only year, one year Mariana beat them, and they had a free-for-all out there, so what they do is they told them they couldn't play any further. They just suspended Madison County. So
that's a good thing.
We played them in basketball in a region one time, and they got great athletes.
That's right on the Georgia line, right?
It's pretty close. The Chattahoochee's closer than anything. You can tee off on the golf course and hit it a mile into Georgia.
Well, I tell you what, Coach Griff's got it rolling over there. Great job. Coach Patton, baseball's getting ready to get cranked up pretty soon. And basketball's going on now.
Yeah.
You got anything local you want to share with us?
They had a little Bay County tournament, and everybody played everybody. And Mosley got beat by Bozeman's basketball team. First time in school history that Bozeman is beaten.
Wow.
It's a preseason little tournament. Yeah. And then
Bozeman's out there by itself, kind of like his own little town, Well,
it goes from K through 12, and so those kids in elementary school grow up wanting to play sports.
Who's the principal out there now?
Mr. Beach. So he
doing a good job.
He does.
They've always had good principals out there.
Yeah.
And speaking of Bay High, who is the Bay High principal this year? I know you brag on her all the time.
Blythe Carpenter she played sports there, and she was a coach there, and
all right, let's ask a good question today. Who is the principal at Arnold? Tell everybody who that is.
That is Britt Smith.
Great man. Wasn't his mother? Is she not unbelievable?
She was. Yeah, she ran
she ran the show, buddy.
Yeah,
she ran the show.
If you wanted to get certified, you had to go through her. So
and Britt does a great job.
He was actually an intern at Jinx when I was there. So
was he really?
Yeah. So
he's really young.
I've been around long.
You're just really old.
I'm really old, but I've been around quite a while. So
All right, let's get the rest of them. Who's at Mosley? We know who it is. The legend.
That's right. His dad was a legend too. So Brian's
doing it too now. Hey, Brian's been there a while.
About 4 or 5 years.
No, more than that.
Because he was assistant principal.
Okay.
Yeah, so
he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
And who? Rutherford. Who's the principal there now?
I can't remember his name. I know he went to Bay High School. I can't remember his name.
Well, you should know that, Glenn.
I know. Well, Mr. Oles will text us in and let us know, but he's a great guy, too. So.
All right, what school? North Bay Haven?
Bay Haven.
Larry's
could be Larry, could be, I don't know who it is.
Larry's like the superintendent of that thing.
Yeah.
Larry Bolger. Yeah, Larry does a great job over there. Any school we forget? Did we forget anybody?
It's only 6. So Mosley, Rutherford, Bay, North Bay Haven. Bozeman.
I think we got them all.
I think we do.
And they all did a great job. They've done a great job. And our new superintendent, Mr. McQueen, great. I think he's doing an unbelievable job. This year, school year has been going pretty smooth. And everybody.
Todd Mitchell is.
Todd Mitchell.
Yeah.
Todd Mitchell.
Yeah.
What are you saying? What do we got?
You guys need to take this phone call.
Take this phone call.
Do we have
Good
to?
morning.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Good morning, Doc. Good morning.
Is that my favorite, Robbie?
How are you this morning?
Rob, do you have a good Thanksgiving?
I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. How was y'all's Thanksgiving?
It was mine was 4.8 pounds in 1 week. That's how mine was. So that's not a good thing. I did.
About Saturday night, I said, okay, everybody wants turkey, eat it, because what's left over is going in the back.
We had turkey pot pie. That's what my wife made it with all the stuff. It's just great.
Awesome. Good stuff right there.
Yeah.
We went down to Cajun Place, watched Michigan and Ohio State. What a great game. And there were so many Michigan people there. And at night, there were more Auburn people there than Bama, I think. And we had a great time there. We ate like
there was a lot of FSU fans at the Swamp, which we now own, so it's pretty good.
Oh, man.
Listening to that on the radio, that sure was a lot of chant, the Seminole War chant going on that you could hear over
You could.
Yep.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And then the band comes in at the right time.
Yes, it does. I thought they were playing in Tallahassee there. Do it on the radio.
Yeah.
Then the second half, anyway.
I tell you,
y'all got great officials in the ACC. They're unbelievable.
Listen,
hell with them. You don't need any enemies.
They're tied for second, but you know what I'm saying. But everyone else is tied for first. So
I'm gonna tell you what. In Tuscaloosa, on Auburn, Alabama, those guys were a joke too. It was terrible.
I sure hope those guys' car breaks down if they're the ones doing the ACC championship.
Oh gosh, put a contract out.
I hope that's not the crew.
I cannot believe that some of those calls. But
roughing the passer. When I saw that, I go, "What are they talking about?"
Right. Yeah.
That was not a penalty.
No, it was not. But
that was ridiculous. Is what that was. Absolutely ridiculous. But.
Chad said it was a good call. Chad said it was a good call.
Here's my thing. I wanted to say this: the best and the worst of the weekend. The best was FSU winning. Number 2 was Kentucky winning. Number 3 was Michigan winning. I was pulling for everybody that I like.
Whoa. Time out.
Hold on. Let me finish. And the worst of the weekend was that defensive call that the Auburn defensive coordinator called on that play.
Let's rush
they
to.
They lined up with 3 down front linemen.
And one was a spy.
The guy in the center backed out.
He was a spy.
And the 2 on the ends just stood there. They were all spying. And I told my wife, I said, surely they're not going to go and prevent it right here. I said, pressure him, don't give him time. They got to run 31 yards.
That was worse than a prevent. That was something.
I'm going to tell y'all the best play call. The best play call of that game. 4 minutes and something left in the game. 4th down. Nick Saban punts the football, probably to a lot of Auburn chants. Punt, Bama, punt.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Fumble, Auburn fumble. Unbelievable.
Right.
Crazy. That was a crazy game.
Yeah, it was. And and that was what I even text Smitty. I said, weird things happen in
Auburn, Alabama. No doubt about that.
And
what a game.
I could not believe when they lined up in that front there. I said, surely that guy that the middle linebacker that they got just standing there spying.
Well, he only had
wait for the hole.
He only had 14 Mississippis to throw it, so
because when you rush him, he runs around.
Well,
he's just standing there flat-footed.
He just sat in the pocket. Honestly, God, it seemed like it was 3 minutes. We wouldn't bake the pizza. They came back. He's still throwing.
And some of them where they draw the little circle, when they're showing the highlights.
Yeah,
they just drew the circle and said, "Don't move out of that. They won't get you." That was crazy.
And his arm, he threw.
It was a line drive.
39, 49.
He's got an arm
it was
now.
about a 50-yard pass when you take the trajectory to the on a
that was
road.
a nice push off by the receiver too.
Hey, that's what he's told to do.
Here's my thing. It wasn't a Hail Mary.
No,
it was a guy that was about in the middle of the end zone, and he streaks to the corner, and he just threw it on the road.
Yeah. What about? Wait a minute. We said we got to go. Hey, you gonna hold on? You got to go.
Yeah, I'll hold.
All right, let's take a break. Let's talk about some of our great people. I tell you what, man, I love our sponsors. We had a wonderful time. We were down to Cajun Place watching those games. And all those, man, we met so many friendly people. Chad, I'm talking to you. You focus a little bit. Can you let my guest alone? Can I talk to him
John and I got something going on.
Yeah, I like the way.
This is none of your business.
It's a glorious morning.
Just do your show.
Man, I'm glad you're here.
You do your thing.
Somebody has some respect around here.
I'm glad Glenn's here, too.
I am going to say this.
My back's hurting, Glenn, carrying everything around here.
If you're not watching this on YouTube, get it on YouTube right now because you just got to. They're all in rare form out there.
All right, we were sitting there, and to the right of us, guys, about 6 of them, they start talking to us, and they go, "Man, I like your Alabama stuff." And I said, "Where are you from?" And they're up there near Gaston, Alabama. They knew my daughter, James Pan. They were talking about seeing me. It was cool. Then to the left, a guy from Enterprise, Alabama. We played high school football against each other back in 1974.
Dang, you're old.
Thank you, Glenn. That was Glenn's 10th year teaching, by the way. But anyway, we had a great time down there. Get out to that Cajun Place, have one time. We got this weekend all the championship games and then all the bowl games down there. Jay Michaels had lunch there yesterday, had a great time. Jay Michaels has been in a pretty good mood lately. Get down to have a great time at Jay Michaels. Best seafood, coldest beer. And everybody's been down to Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven, man. That place has been packed out. They did a great job. Pat Pernero is the Lynn Haven City commissioner, right?
Yep.
And he does a wonderful job.
Yep, Lynn Haven, and he's probably the king of the wings.
You need to take me down there on a Wednesday and you pay for the wings.
Oh, okay, yeah. That sounds pretty much, yeah.
I got to drive and meet you there, so you should pay. But get out to Beef O'Brady's, have a good time. And then the legend, the man, the myth, almost 25 years take care of Bay County athletes. Next year, we're going to have a big deal for him in the school board, all of everything.
He worries about it a lot because he lost his hair. So
he's pulled out a lot over the years.
That's from the Coach James Hale show.
Well, listen,
or standing on the sidelines having to treat him.
Back when he started out, it looked just like Elvis. That long, dark hair.
And then I was on the sideline at Arnold with him.
Yeah, I know it.
What's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates, 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com.
We're talking about legends around here. What about Chuck Tucker, his daddy at Mosley, all those years? Unbelievable. Yep. And Chuck goes out, does his own thing. It's incredible what the business he's built there at South Oak Title and Closing. All your real estate needs, make sure you call South Oak Title and Closing. Chuck Tucker does an unbelievable job. All right, we'll be right back. You listen to the legendary 104.3 Glenn Manley, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Oh my gosh, Paul, I am fired up. I have a bone to pick with Mary Jo from Missouri, a.k.a. Mary Lynn. What in the heck was she talking about? About Eli Drinkwitz.
She loves Eli Drinkwitz.
She didn't know what she's talking about.
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For tonight, some clouds and a low of 67 with a gentle breeze at 9 miles per hour coming out of the southeast. Tomorrow morning, very light rain with temps around 74. In the afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and sprinkles and a temperature near 74. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Hi folks, I'm Tracy from Tracy's Fine Jewelry. We wanted to thank everyone that voted us your favorite jewelry store in the News Herald Best of Bay. We want to thank everyone for their support over the last 51 years. And to thank you, we're having a Customer Appreciation Day Saturday, December 2nd from 9 to 3. Take an extra 10% off all jewelry items as our appreciation to you, our loyal customer. Plus pictures with Santa and permanent jewelry with Spark Artistry Custom Jewelry. We look forward to seeing you at Tracy's Fine Jewelry Saturday, December 2nd from 9 to 3.
If you spend any time at all in your yard, you're going to encounter fire ants. We know they can ruin a party. That's why we're this area's experts at fire ant elimination.
As your certified top choice professional, we will rid your yard of these unwanted invaders. Brock Pest is so sure they will get rid of fire ants that they offer a 1-year guarantee.
Enjoy your yard fire ant free. We guarantee it. Give us a call for your free consultation.
Brock Lawn and Pest Control, our family protecting yours since 1968.
Give him a call. Phone lines are open. 850-215-6290. The Coach James Hale Show is taking your calls live and local. From the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way.
Great song.
Damn, okay. What are you trying to say? Hey, Ryan who sits here at the second show in the afternoons? Do you know? David and Brian, I guess, right here?
Yeah.
They must have big old heads. I got a small one. This thing keeps falling off.
You can't fix them.
You can adjust that.
I just tried it. It's like broke.
All those products you use on your head.
Yeah, that's true.
So are you gonna let me give you this early Christmas present?
Yes, you can. 1 second though.
Let everybody tune in to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, turn to YouTube.
I mean, this is streaming on YouTube, Facebook.
Before we get to this, I got to get this in. Bozeman's got their playoff run. They need money. They need help. They got the best football program in Bay County this year. It's called Bozeman Football State Playoff Run on their website. So, Glenn, I guess you can go in there and donate money that way. You can take it to the school, or hey, bring it to me and Glenn if it's cash only. Then we'll make sure they get some of it over there. Anyway, make sure we try to help them out as much as we can. They need these kids worked extremely hard, and now, what that bag says? What knowledge? What's
no? It says may your days be merry and bright.
Oh.
So you get an early
What's
Christmas
it mean
present.
from the toy store story?
No, he's trying to twist it, John. So anyway, I just thought, give you an early Christmas. I thought about giving this gift to Nick Saban, but I went, nah, I need to give it to Coach Hale. So now there's one criteria. When you pull it out, you have to show it to all the cameras. All right?
Yep, I'm ready.
Yep. Anyway, so Merry Christmas, Coach Hale.
I even have music. It's not Merry Christmas music
Read it. It says Big Bama Supporter.
Hell, I think this is Glenn. He just gave me a big jock strap.
It's undergarment sportswear.
There you go. This is big enough for Big Al.
See why I thought about giving it to Saban?
Chad, that's pretty good. I wish I could have thought about. You know what? I'll say that. Give that to. I'll give that to Brant tomorrow. That's crazy. Thank you, Chad.
Oh, I told you it was going to be fun.
How do I even go on from here? That was good, man. Dang.
If you missed that on Facebook,
can they go back and watch this later?
Yeah, it'll be posted probably about 15 minutes after the show. It'll be posted on YouTube. Go to YouTube because you can see and hear everything really good on YouTube.
That was the nicest Bama jock I've ever seen. Unbelievable.
I need to get a picture of that. I want to make sure. I need
pull it back out and let Glenn get a picture.
Yeah, I want to.
Be careful how you say pull that back out.
Hold that up.
I want to make sure I got to get the size so my wife will get me one.
Hold it up there. Hold up there.
Put it on Facebook.
That's my jock. I wore that at Southern Mississippi back in the day.
You got to straighten it out. Can't get the Bama. There we go. That's it.
Big Bama supporter. It's a big, huge. It says on there, "Old Glenn Manley's outfit." I don't know what that is.
That's like a real old
Rob. What do you think about? Wasn't that nice of Chad Mitchell to bring it in? He's examined me before, so I guess he knew the size.
Oh gosh. That was Dr. Noble.
No. We're not going there.
That's right. I don't think an orthopedic surgeon should make you bend over. I'm not.
Chad really checks you out.
Rob, help me out here.
So that's a Dr. Ward thing right there.
Yeah. Dr. Ward was
we still got Rob on the thing.
Rob, I'm sorry. Hey, Rob, did you have a good Thanksgiving? Did I even ask you yet? Did I ask him? No, I asked him. I've lost my thought. Go ahead.
We did about half a segment a while ago on Thanksgiving.
Hey, bless his heart.
It's the dementia.
Yeah.
Well, I'm blushing right now. That got me. Well, let me ask Wildcat. Did you have a good Thanksgiving? Did you guys have a good time?
Oh, I did. Well,
did you go anywhere or do anything?
Half and half. No, all I did was I ate a lot and watched a lot of football, just like everybody else did. And then I got stuck putting up Christmas lights because you didn't text me back in time. You could have got me out of that.
There.
You should have texted me Friday.
He texted me Friday and asked me if I was going to be there Saturday. I told him all week we're going to be there, but he kept asking me again. So I got there and said, Brian and I were down there, and Julie, I said, let me make sure Smitty knows we're here. Glenn, did you go anywhere or do anything?
I did. I watched TV. Well, I don't think I moved out of the chair for that.
That was unreal.
I know
Great
it was.
football. What did you do?
For Thanksgiving, I went to my sister-in-law's. And we had a little night. She lives out Santa Rosa Beach.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
Out in Hogtown Bayou.
Did anybody ask me what I did? Did anybody care? I mean, I've asked all you guys about
I thought you went to that Cajun place. That's what you said.
Not Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
For the games.
Well, you must
we had a great... we had a wonderful time. I saw two of my former players were there. We went to the Baker's house on
Lagoon.
And,
good people.
You know Laura and Eric.
Yeah.
Wonderful. We had a blast. Food was incredible. Golly, sit there and ate. My grandkid. We had a wonderful time. One of the best times I've had Thanksgiving.
Hey, Coach, tell Rob to hang on. I got a caller with a question for Glenn Manley.
Okay, Rob, hold on. Don't hang up.
Hang on there, Rob.
It's not my lawyer, I hope.
No, it's mine.
No.
Go ahead.
We got a caller.
Coach Griff.
Hello.
Hello.
Mr. Griffin. You there?
Jason.
Don't hear him.
He's there. He's there.
Oh, I just got a text from Coach Wright. Thanks, Coach. Here's
Coach, I was going to ask Coach Griffin to call and support. Let us know about everything.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, him and Josh, either one.
Yeah.
Either one we can get on. Josh has sent me something. Bucks football. Yeah. You got him? Okay, something happened. We'll try to get it. Yeah, we got to get some money to Bozeman High School.
I lost both of them.
They need how much they need? 10, 15,000?
I don't know. That's what I was hoping he'd call. They're going to. I think I let him tell you all their agenda. I did text him the other day because I wanted to make sure I came up there and I don't do well on this computer stuff where you put your money out there where everybody can see it.
And think about how much it costs to take a team.
It costs a lot.
Just the bus alone is expensive.
So now, what you've got so far is Facebook. It's on the Bozeman Facebook page.
Yeah, Josh sent me something. I'm trying to get it up.
Yeah, also I got the Save Glenn Manley's House fund. So,
it's go to Facebook page, Bozeman Buck Football. To find the thing, major expenses adding up as well as you know, and then my phone's screwing up.
No.
Or I'm screwing it up. Bozeman Football State Playoff Run, and it's got the information there you can go to. And if you're like Glenn and I, you have a hard time with this kind of stuff, just go by the high school and give it to them. They'll appreciate it, and you'll feel good about yourself. I don't care, Arnold, all you Marlins, let's help them out. All you Bay Tornadoes, let's help them up. Everybody, Mosley, everybody pull together and help these teams. This guy's out there doing a great job representing Bay County. All right, Rob, where are you?
Tell Coach to call back, too. I guess
Did you hang up on Rob?
I didn't do it. It did it.
No, it's our wonderful phone system here.
Yeah. So. We had two, and now we have none.
That's right. Figure that out. It must be ACC officials running the switchboard.
Well, I tell you what we could do. We spend more time thinking all our people. Like, who's next? Let's go with We already talked to Cajun Place. Let's talk about Rudy's Barbecue in Back Beach Road.
Oh, absolutely.
Now, Tommy Santamont always gets his turkey and ham from there. It's incredible. McLean, you've used them several times, all kinds of sporting events.
Banquets and, stuff
Talk about their catering.
Man, it's unbelievable. It's actually more than you could actually eat. You just tell them how many people are going to be there, and I pull the old... like I did at Paparazzi Gourmet Deli, they had some barbecue still left. Hadn't been opened
You're
yet.
an expert at this.
I said, hey, is anybody taking this? No, you can take it. Boy, I didn't have to ask me twice. But, it's great. All the utensils, everything, there's barbecue sauce and it's like 3 or 4 different kinds of meat and vegetables and macaroni and cheese, and it's fantastic.
Everything's outstanding.
Yeah,
it's on Back Beach Road. The facility's beautiful. They got that huge Lorelei Leighton room in the back. You want to have, like he talks about, a banquet of any type, chamber meeting, birthday parties, you name it. Rudy's Barbecue in Back Beach Road, the best at what they do is incredible. Whew. Dr. Ward will be with us. 1 in 5 developed skin cancer. I saw him and his son at the game, Florida State football game. I know they had a great time except for the end. But that was a good game now. It was a
very good game.
Entertaining, loud, unbelievably loud. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. You'll look better, feel better. Jason Kovaleski. We'll listen to Jason Friday. Him and Jim are still alive. They're doing okay.
I was going to say that.
The game. What a football. Their quarterback, Ohio State, Two interceptions or 2 turnovers cost them that ball game.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the PCB Hobby Takeover with Todd. Mondays at 5:20 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
That is a very high-end card and very rare.
Todd talks about coins, trading cards, collectibles, and the amazing stories behind them.
It was the first one that's ever come through my door.
Plus, we'll be taking your calls and questions at 850-215-6290. The PCB Hobby Takeover.
A platform for you to do your hobby.
Mondays at 5:20 on the Sports Talk Monster. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Are you tired of hearing 2 weeks when you call to get your boat worked on? Hey, folks, it's Chris Kramer with Kramer Marine and Outdoor, and we'll get you in and back out on the water as quick as possible. We're a full-line Yamaha outboard dealer and Suzuki outboard dealer, and we have master-trained certified mechanics on site. So if it's just an annual service, electronics install, trolling motor install, or all the way up to a full repower, we can take care of you. So stop by and see us in the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd next to Bill Kramer GM, or call us at 850-851-0453.
Sykes Concrete has been in business in this area since 1947, and 3 generations later, they're still going strong. See Sykes Concrete for dirt, sand, rock, and concrete. They can handle any size job from the smallest to the largest. Sykes Concrete pays CDL truck drivers some of the highest wages in Bay County, making $50,000 to $75,000 a year, including holiday and vacation pay, plus health insurance. See Hugh Sykes at Sykes Concrete, 8030 Highway 77 on the right, just north of Southport Elementary School.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
College football isn't life and death. It's much more important than that. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We got a caller. Yeah. We got Coach. Oh, I think we got Coach Griff on the phone. Coach, how you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm doing good, guys. How are you?
Congratulations on the big win, making history every time you go on the field. Talk about what you guys need.
Well, we got to go. We ended up, they reseeded based on the end of the regular season. And we ended up, we were hoping we were going to get a chance to host again, but we're going to have to go to Madison County. So we've got a pretty long trip over there, and, we're going to try to get out a day early and, try to go get acclimated. It's just, this time of year, it's difficult with the cost of buses and all the different things that are going on, meals and things we're going to need to provide for the guys. So we're trying to make a little push here to raise a little money here to help us with this playoff run.
All right. Tell us what we got to do to get you guys money.
Well, we've got a fundraiser going online with 99 pledges. I know Coach Wright has sent you that information. Bozeman Buck football page. It's there. You can go in there and just and pay money through that, or directly to the school or the booster club. You know, we have a number of different options. They want to reach out to us if anybody's interested in helping us out with this last little push here.
All right. If they just want to come by the school, who do you write a check out to?
Well, they can write it out to Bozeman Football Boosters.
Okay, you rather do that? Okay.
Be the best thing. A booster club is going to be taking care of most of the expenses on this trip and all the things that we need. So if they want to come by and drop something off at the school, I know I heard a rumor Coach Manley might be making an appearance.
As soon as I leave here, I'm on the way, buddy.
Now I gave him cash. Make sure you get that cash too.
Oh gosh, what? Hey, you know how
that'll end up in Biloxi.
Red, all in red, baby.
Hey, since we got you on the phone today, let's just go ahead and cover it now. Give us some little love on the players. 28 unanswered points, Holmes County. Talk about the game.
Well, I'll tell you, offensively, we were probably pretty much a disaster in the first half. Started with me, and we just didn't do a very good job with the first half. But our defense played phenomenal all night. We gave them 2 short fields. It's really, I don't know if they get their points if we don't give them the short fields. I mean, with mistakes that we made, as special teams and on offense. But the defense just played unbelievable. Matt, too, our defensive end. Unbelievable night on defense, and then the dude jumps in on offense and catches a couple touchdown passes. Like, he's kind of a guy that just, he's kind of he's been a fill-in really on offense. He kind of stepped in there, and he kind of goes in when other guys need to blow, and he plays a lot of different places. He gets in the other night and kind of looked like he'd been playing offense every snap for us. So just can't say enough about Matt too, and Trevor Oswald on defense. I think he had 19 tackles. Set the school record Friday night for tackles in a season. I mean, he just. The defense was just absolutely unbelievable.
Well, I know it doesn't get easy. We've been there and played them in the playoffs before. Is it the same old Madison County speed everywhere? There's like a different level over there.
It's the same old Madison County.
Yeah, they always have 25 seniors. I don't know how they do that, but they
and they always have about 100 on the field too. I mean, it's crazy.
Well, if anybody can do it, you guys can do it. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. This will be the fastest team that we've played by far.
Yeah.
They run to the ball. They are fast on defense. They're incredibly athletic, and they're really talented on offense. So this is going to be one of our biggest challenges this season. It's going to be a tough game for us. But again, we've been here before. Our guys are, we've had nothing but tough challenges the last 6 weeks or so. So, our guys will be prepared for it.
Well, regardless of what happens, I mean, everybody's so proud of you guys and what you've done. What you've done up there has been fantastic with your staff. And, what I used to tell people about coaching up there is just the kids from kindergarten all the way through high school know who you are, and they know the players, and they want to be part of that. So I think it's a great thing you got going there.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I've had some guys that have been with me since 7th, 8th grade now, being there 6 years. And, I know these kids. I know their families. I know their brothers and sisters.
Right.
You talk about the Bozeman family. It's kind of a unique thing up there to have that experience.
Now, we got to brag on Bozeman. I think it's been 25 years, maybe longer than that a team in Bay County has gone 12-0. That's pretty impressive now. Yep. That just doesn't happen every day.
Absolutely.
I know guys that coach their whole life and never go in 12 games in one season.
Yeah. You know what I was so impressed with in that game is no matter that they were down, I mean, we're getting in late into the third quarter, I think, before Bozeman ever scored. And the players' attitude was, we're still in this. We're still in this. No panic. I mean, Coach Griff has really got them coached up. You can tell there was no panic anywhere with any of those players. Every one of those players had confidence that they could pull it off. And they did. Now, you hate to see them wait till the last of the game, but, I mean, I was really impressed with their mental toughness that whole game.
Yeah.
When it gets closer to the end, that's why coaches can't get health insurance. Sitting on pins and needles, and everybody else is going, well, we're going to do it. And you're like, but yeah, they've done a great job. Yeah.
Coach, you can't do it by yourself. When you get 12-win season, 10-win season, you got some great assistant coaches. Why don't you give us their names, some of your coaches' names?
Well, I'll tell you, you certainly aren't there without the way our defense has played, throughout the season. Our defensive coordinator, associate head coach Josh Wright, his right hand man Christian Peterson have done a great job. We got Jared Brookman back helping on both sides of the ball, and Jared Brookman had we lost our starting center a couple of weeks ago, and he was out for the season, and we've got a brand new offensive lineman in there. We work an odd front almost exclusively, and those Holmes County for the first time in school history comes out in the split front. And this kid had no idea what in the world he was seeing. And Jared Brookman did a whole spring football, a whole summer, and a whole preseason camp at halftime. It's pretty impressive. And then Jason Franzese and Mark Stanton, the job they do with the perimeter, and then Franzese, the job he does on special teams with our kickoff return. I've just got Chris Gay does a great job with that. I talked about Matt too and how well he played. He's coached by Chris Gay, and we got Mike Taylor. Guys that come out. And we added with my center going down, with shotgun snaps, we struggled with our replacement center about 2 weeks ago, and Rudy Cutchin actually reached out to me, who was with us back in the old Rutherford days, and he worked with our centers and snappers, and he offered to come out and help, and he jumped in with us this week, and our snaps were about 2,000% better having him there with an extra set of eyes. So I've got an absolutely phenomenal group of guys that work for me and coach with me, and we certainly are 12-0, without the quality of coaches that I have on that staff.
All right, let's get back to it. They're getting on the road to Madison County. They need money. We've got to help them out. You don't have a clue what it costs to take a charter bus now, what it used to be compared to what it is now. It's out of sight. And then the money, hotel, everything. They need big-time money, so we don't need to send five. But you know what, though? If that's all you got, bring in $5, bring in $10. Just bring in as much as you can. Yeah. Not all of us are doctors.
Here we go. So I did pull this up on the Facebook page, and just for people out there, you get on the Bozeman Bucks football page, and you find the area to donate it. It actually takes you to the 99 Pledges app website. So that's how you follow it.
Yeah.
So just to kind of give people orientation.
So 99 people already done it?
No. That's the name of the company that's handling the donation. Yeah. So if you end up there, that's where you're supposed to be.
Right. Okay. All right, Coach. Anything else you got to say about getting this money into you?
No, Coach. No, just to reiterate what you said there. Charter buses are nearly double the price they were a year ago.
Right.
So that's a crazy thing. It's how much charter buses are and the meals and things. Everybody sees that in their daily lives with the way prices have gone up lately. So we're dealing with that directly this week. So any contribution for anyone will be helpful. We'd really appreciate anything that anybody want to do to help us out.
Right. Well, Coach, I should be cruising there about 10 o'clock, Coach. I should see you there.
Hey, look forward to seeing you, Coach.
All right, buddy.
All right, good luck to you, Coach. Appreciate you coming on this morning.
Hey, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, Bozeman, 12-0. Unbelievable. And you're right, 28 unanswered points.
Yeah.
They made the adjustments at halftime. Pretty good coach.
Well, really, they were still making adjustments. Even going into the third quarter, things just didn't look right. It looked like
and hometown was pretty dang good.
Yeah, well, their defense was playing extremely well, and that's where Bozeman was, struggling, as Coach Griff alluded to. But they found a way to make it start happening. And to me, it looked more like, we don't have Coach on anymore. He can answer this. But to me, it looked like they started throwing more of the high percentage passes, got a little bit away from the run game, high percentage passes, and just started creeping down the field and, started making some things happen. That's what it looked like was going on. Now, that's from my perspective, right? I don't have any inside perspective from a coaching standpoint on their sideline, but I was just watching it for what it was. But looked great from a fan perspective that this team just never got down about it. They didn't, and it wasn't that they weren't concerned. They were concerned, but they just mental toughness. It was evident everywhere.
Tell everybody again what they can do. They want to go online. So, if they don't, just go to the high school. Go check the Bozeman Football Booster Club, correct?
Right.
Yeah. So you want to go to the Bozeman Bucks Football Facebook page, and from there you will see the app.99pledges.com Bozeman Football State Playoff Run. You want to click on that. There's a little picture that says undefeated 10-0 there as well. You click on that, and then you can find your way to that 99 Pledges app, and you can donate from there.
Sounds good. Let's make sure we get them plenty of money. If you can help out any way, please do so. They deserve it. Great kids over there. Just like Beef O'Brady's a great place to be. And I wonder if Pat's going to have it where you can watch it there. I think you can go online and watch these playoff games now, correct?
Yeah, you have to hook up. Of course, it costs a little.
Yeah, but anyway.
Will make you pay, but I'm just saying.
Get out to Beef O'Brady's, have a great time. Don't forget Wednesday, 10 wings, drinking aside for $9.99. Pat does a wonderful job running that restaurant down there. He's unbelievable, everything he does. Great city commissioner for Lynn Haven. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Go have a great time. Paparazzi Gourmet Deli, Glenn can tell you all about it.
Yes, sir. I'll tell you what. When you buy one of their pizzas, if you get 2 slices, it looks like a whole pizza from somewhere else. And then they have people come around eating your food, so you got to watch out who's in there. But anyway,
you couldn't eat all that.
But his initials are James Hale, so But anyway, they have great desserts, great sandwiches. Also, they make things where you can come pick up, take it home. You don't even have to doing cooking, so it's fantastic.
You're pretty good at that. Take it home.
Yep.
Paparazzi Gourmet Deli. Try it out. The Paradise Cake is unbelievable. That's my favorite. Napoleon's pretty good. The carrot cake. Everything there is outstanding. John's retired police officer does an incredible job. Taco Bell. We got 3 great locations here in Panama City Beach, Callaway, and the brand new one down in Port St. Joe. All you Tiger Sharks, make sure you get Taco Bell. Breakfast, lunch, and great late-night food. Taco Bell. It's Jim Dickerson, State Farm Insurance. I've been with him almost 25 years. The guy's incredible. I don't care what company you have. Most of them are pretty good. It's the agent. People forget that. It's the agent's the guy you deal with that gets you the money.
Right.
And, Chad can tell you all about it. Jim Dickerson's number 1. Give him a call, 763-4673. Jim Dickerson, 763-4673. Turpo Pest Control. Patrick does a great job also. The root of all evil right there. But Bozeman needs some of that evil stuff right now. Let's get to Bozeman.
Money.
104.3 ESPN Northwest. When we get back, Seminoles. Do they get in the playoffs? They got Louisville. They let me down. God, dog it, I lost that one. Be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Set your alarm clock to wake up with the Coach Hale Show on ESPN Northwest Florida. In-depth local and college sports from expert insiders and a dash of controversy.
Can be deadly.
Weekday mornings 7 to 9.
Nothing says good morning like a drunken human alarm clock.
We're live from the J. Michaels studio.
We all know he loves the Florida Gators, but that's okay.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
I can control the world.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For tonight, some clouds and a low of 67 with a gentle breeze at 9 miles per hour coming out of the southeast. Tomorrow morning, very light rain with temps around 74. In the afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and sprinkles and a temperature near 74. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, this is Tim.
Do y'all sell bait?
Yes, we seasonally stock live shrimp, live bull minnows, live sand fleas, live fiddler crabs, earthworms, night crawlers, crickets. We also stock frozen shrimp, sand fleas, mullets, squid, pre-rigged ballyhoo, bonita, stingray, cigar minnows, Boston mackerel, Spanish mackerel, and a few other miscellaneous baits. It's worth the drive to buy premium locally sourced bait from Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle, located directly off Highway 98 on the west end of Panama City Beach.
It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Go nuts.
Live from the J. Michaels studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Florida State, Florida State, Florida State. Woo! Tell you what, it wasn't for being for Washington and Oregon, Florida State probably made the playoffs. Listen to the experts, man. They're the greatest football teams ever played in the Pac-12. The conference is so good it's going away because it's so competitive. It's not fair for the rest of the country. I'm sick of hearing it.
Listen, that Cal UCLA game, I was listening to it.
Listen to those guys.
I mean, like they were just praising the Pac.
Yeah.
Pac-12.
Let me get
it was ridiculous.
Let me talk about newbies real quick. You want to have a great time, and I'll tell you what, everybody's back in town. Everybody was down there Friday night, especially the mothership. Get out to newbies, have a great time. Newbies still in the curve. You can watch all these playoff games, but the newbies, the best bands in the Southeast, and that place was rocking and rolling this past weekend. All the locals were out there. Newbies. John and Sharp do a wonderful job. Love both of them. Wonderful people. Always giving back to the community. Make sure you support Newbies and tell them Coach sent you. Yeah, Glenn, they're already setting it up.
I know.
They're already talking about, well, Florida State's getting ready to play Louisville. They lost to Kentucky. They don't have a game like Oregon and Washington are having to play. And you got Alabama and Georgia playing. And Florida State, this is one team. Even though they're undefeated, this one team is probably going to have I could see them not making it. I mean, it's like they've all got together. It's like listen to the president's thing, the press conference. That lady comes out. They already have their little words they're all going to say and use to lie to you.
Right.
It's crazy.
How big is the Michigan-Iowa game?
Come on, man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was going to get killed. You hear me?
Especially after Michigan spied on them all year.
Yeah, really. Anyway, get into Ohio State.
Ohio State.
No, Florida State.
Florida State.
Yeah.
So Florida State pulls off the win against Florida, 24-15. The Seminoles started off really slow. The Gators looked like they were pretty much taking it to them. They had the first three scores. They had a touchdown by Montrell Johnson Jr., a field goal, and then a safety. And at that point, it's 12-0 Florida, and they had the momentum. And then from there, you watched FSU kind of eke it out, is the way I would say it. Trey Benson 1-yard run at the end of the second quarter. And then you had Trey Benson with a 36-yard run in the third quarter. That's 12 minutes and 31 seconds left in the third quarter. He makes that TD run. And then the fourth quarter belonged to FSU, a field goal and a touchdown, another Trey Benson 26-yard run. Obviously, Benson was the star from a running standpoint with 95 yards, 3 touchdowns on 19 carries. Rodemaker got it done. Doesn't have spectacular stats here, but he was 12 for 25, 134 yards. He made it happen. And Wilson had 6 receptions for 64 yards. On the Florida side, Brown only had 86 yards passing. He had 1 interception. He was 9 for 16. Johnson had 107 yards. He was the one that seemed to be doing pretty well. He and ETN. Johnson had 18 carries. And then Wilson III on Florida had 3 receptions for 36 yards. So the passing game was not very effective for Florida.
Well, I tell you, one of the things that happened too was that ETN, he came in limping a little bit. He got passed. They hit him kind of hit him in the knee, and then somehow Johnson was limping after the end of the third quarter. So that slowed him down. They had to put some other people in, but you can't. The defense from FSU, when they know you got to pass, you better get rid of it.
Who's the big white kid in the middle?
Fisk.
Man, he dominated.
I know it.
They couldn't block him.
I know it.
That was a heck of a football game. You get this. The atmosphere was unbelievable.
It was
so loud, and they were pumped up. They had everything going for them. Great football game, and like you pointed out earlier, Glenn, Florida State had to first quarter, maybe how many plays?
3 plays, 3 and out.
Yeah. I mean, they did what they had to do. Shorten the game, keep them off the field.
Yeah, and what Florida did, which I thought was really good, not that I really liked it, but they had that motion in the backfield, and they ran stuff that they hadn't seen. And so what happens, the linebackers are coming up too quick, and the guy was hitting the outside gap. And, they're not slouches when they get in the open. So
I want to ask you this: the ACC official, they just hate Florida State? What, I mean, I thought it was the SEC officials for a while, but it wasn't.
No, I don't know. I think they're upset because they think they may leave. That's their market, one of their market teams. I don't know if either that or they just that bad.
The quarterback,
right?
Those officials are worried about being put out of a job by IA.
A robot could do it.
I mean, they got the cameras now so that they can review everything. So why even put them on the field? Just put AI.
Just have a robot out there.
Yeah. I was worried about Rob. I mean, not Rob, but Travis.
Yeah.
He is awake. He is alive.
Yeah.
He is calling. Let's take this call. Good morning, Travis.
Good morning.
Hey, you know what? For about half a game, I thought, Travis might be on something here. But then I remember that's a long game.
Well, I just got to say one thing, too. Coach Manley, you were my favorite until you said something this morning. You said that Florida State owns the swamp.
That's what it says.
Definitely do not.
I see how many. Let's see, 3 years in a row or something. Let me ask this question. I took a picture when I was down there, and it says "Welcome to the Swamp," and right under there it says Bay High. I mean, not Bay High, but FSU owns it. I mean,
I need to see if anybody knows the total win-loss record.
Well,
what is it? What is it?
Florida's way ahead because the first 8 or 9 years we had to play the girls' hockey team. But
what is it since when Bobby got there?
They split. I think they split.
So,
but here's the other thing. I want to really thank. They honored Tim Tebow by only scoring 15, which goes with his jersey number. I really appreciate that.
Hey, but I will say that two of those 15 points came in the most embarrassing way. I mean, I'm not saying that that was a good game at all for me at least. But I did joke around because I did go to like a little party with a bunch of Florida State fans. My brother was there and all that, and I said there was a run that we made in the second quarter, and we had gotten the first down. I turned to one of them Seminole players and said, "That run alone is more than y'all have in the whole game."
Well, it's not all that; it's what the score is at the end. So.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Well, I hate to disappoint both of y'all, but I'm going to give you the team stats here for total yards. All right. This is disappointing, and this is fodder for the playoff committee. FSU had 224 total yards. Mm-hmm. Florida had 232 total yards. One of the differences, Florida had a turnover. First downs, FSU 16, Florida 13. Wow. None of that is impressive. Mm-hmm. And I'm not knocking FSU. This is just
defensive game.
This is what it was. Florida had the ball for 34 minutes and 52 seconds.
I thought
FSU. I know it seemed like more than that, didn't it? FSU had it for 25 minutes and 8 seconds.
Well, we didn't even. The first quarter was 1, 2, 3 were out in
right.
Second quarter start.
What about the hit, Travis? What about the hit on Florida State's quarterback? That was that was
nasty. And not only that, I mean, Jamari Lyons letting his emotions take the best of him and spitting on that player.
Yeah.
Man, I was as a Florida fan, I say that man is wrong, and I know emotions just getting bottled up, and you just get out of control and come out of your mind, but. There's no reason to do that.
If you do that outside the football game, that's assault.
Yeah.
If you spit on somebody, and if you're in a lockup procedure, and you do it. That's assaulting a police officer, and with a deadly weapon, they call it.
Florida's thin up front, and him not being able to play the rest of the game, that hurt his teammates right there.
I understand the chirping and the little extra pushing and shoving. I can understand that, but to do that, that's not a good thing.
I mean, apparently apparently he got headbutted.
Yeah, he did. They were both there. Yeah, they were chirping and butting a little bit, and so he pushed the guy, but then he backed off, and I just
he almost looked like he threw up on him.
I know it looked bad. It looked bad.
But as a fan, I like the game. I mean, they got after each other. There was good hitting going on.
The attendance was 90,341. Yeah.
I still like what they do at the end of the third quarter. Don't back down. That was cool. It was another good thing.
They came on the field. I mean, it was electric. There's no doubt about that. And Florida State going there and win that environment, that's pretty impressive.
I was proud of the Florida State band, and there was a lot of people there. You could hear it
You could hear it. You could hear the chant for sure.
And that's what I was wondering. We were sitting there watching the TV, and I was like, why are we hearing the Florida State band? Like, where are we putting them? Did we put them on the field?
I know. I was questioning it too. Like, isn't this in Gainesville?
Somebody, I think somebody tweeted me that the Florida State band at halftime played some Swift songs. And what's her name? Swift and
Taylor Swift.
But I said it's not the battle of the bands. By the way, it's the football team. So it doesn't matter what they play. So.
Yeah.
All right, we got Travis. We got to take a break. Thank you for calling. You've been a good sport about getting beat. You were wrong.
Very good sport.
You're wrong. I want my money.
I was wrong.
Well, Travis, I'm sorry if I felt out of favor with you, but I only got one thing to say: Go Noles.
Now you went down to the bottom.
I'm a lawyer. I'm a lawyer now.
You want to feel better? Get out there, Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, and I tell you, their winter specials are unbelievable. $5 pitchers, $20 domestic beer, import $25 buckets of beer. Again, have a great time. Lunch specials Monday through Friday. David does such a wonderful job. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, right across the street from the Navy base. We'll be right back. South Oak Title and Closing. Chuck Tucker does a great job. All the big-time realtors, Mark Coward, Beth Mobley, they all demand South Oak Title and Closing. Hey, it's your deal. Make sure you don't, no surprises. Make sure you use Chuck Tucker, South Oak Title and Closing, #1. We'll be right back. Glenn Manley, Chad Mitchell. We get back Bama, Iron Bowl, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida has the real local fishing report. Hi, this is Tim from Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle. Join me every Friday at 4:20 during the afternoon Underdogs. It's accurate, detailed content from local anglers, plus fishing updates on Saturday and Sunday morning right when you hit the water. Advice and stories from local anglers. Tune into the Bay Breeze Bait and Tackle Fishing Report, exclusively on ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For tonight, some clouds and a low of 67 with a gentle breeze at 9 miles per hour coming out of the southeast. Tomorrow morning, very light rain with temps around 74. In the afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and sprinkles and a temperature near 74. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer, is thankful for your support this year and is giving you holiday savings on the purchase of a new 2023 Kia. Just in time for holiday travel adventures, now offering 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2023 Kia Sorento. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us today at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKia.PanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2023 Kia Sorento with $2,165 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. Quality is limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 1/2/24.
The Panhandle's destination for live play-by-play.
With GSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John, ESPN Northwest Florida. Put down your natural light. It's time for the Alabama Update. The Alabama Update, weekday mornings at 8. On the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll. 4th and goal from the 31-yard line. Miro drops back. He's looking around.
Taking his time.
That's right. We're baking a pizza. He's still looking. He finally throws the ball. Touchdown, Alabama. That's about how long he had to throw the football.
4th and 31. So I want to make a proposal to the state of Alabama.
Okay.
All right, 4th and 31. Right, we need to rename U.S. Highway 431 out of Dothan the Bond and Milrow Highway. It does kind of lead up there towards Auburn.
What was that Christmas movie, Miracle on 31st Street? Yeah,
Highway 431, Bond and Milrow.
That's pretty good, Chad.
Yeah.
All right, Alabama. Auburn's got his kick 6. Bama now has his 4th and 31. Remember back in 72 was punt, Bama punt. Some crazy things happen in Jordan-Hare. I mean, it's like magical when these two get together.
This was nuts. CBS, even as an Alabama fan, this was nuts how this played out.
People were talking about, they're like, every time we come here, you can't believe what happens.
Well, and then they were saying the game was over with 43 seconds left. I'm like, no, this game isn't over.
I know it.
This game is not over with 43 seconds left.
All right, that 4th and 31, they do all these statistics, and they come up with this. The chances for Bama to score a touchdown on 4th and 31, 4th and goal, okay, 31 yards to go.
And we started on the 7 and went backwards.
99.9% chance of failure.
Yes.
Of failure.
Yeah.
And Alabama scores a touchdown. The miracle touchdown. Milrow to Bonds.
Some are calling it the gravedigger play.
Yeah. The corner of the end zone.
Did you hear the guy on the announcer said, Bond? Isaiah Bond. It's like he was going to say
James Bond. Unbelievable. What about Alabama's center? Does he keep things interesting every game?
Oh, yeah.
He snaps the ball one time a game, so snap it somewhere. I mean,
listen, we get down to the 7, and then we go backwards 24 yards.
On 3rd down, we snapped the ball back to the 31.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
It was just. I mean, I thought you've been given this opportunity on the fumbled punt. You know, I think he fumbled it at the 30, right? Isn't that where Alabama recovered it? It was Jahad Campbell.
The muff punt.
Yeah, you can't return it. You just have to.
He picks it up.
Yeah.
And then we drive down to the 7, and then we can't do anything from there. We go backwards, and we have to do a 4th and 31 play.
Well, you were looking for a fastball, and he snapped a curve. So
I mean, Auburn's defense was. I mean, and who would have thought? I mean, I was as surprised as everybody else.
I like the 2-9.
And then the one guy was
coach. You going to run 2-9 fronts against?
No. Let me tell you what.
Hey, he stuck by it after the game. He talked about it. He stuck by it.
You can't give a guy like that all day to look.
You can't.
And, I would have still rushed forward, but you put those guys on the goal line because they got to score. You don't double team anybody. You just wait till he throws and everybody breaks to it.
I'd rather push him, let him run around in circles and throw it and sit there comfortable.
Yeah, because he's sitting there picking it out. It's like Madden football. Pshing, there it is.
And he threw it on a dime. The only person that could catch that ball was Bond.
That's an all-time moment in Iron Bowl history.
It is.
It really is.
It's crazy.
What a game. What a game.
Yeah. It was like Auburn. I mean, don't take anything away from Auburn. Auburn fought hard that whole game.
They did have 3 down linemen rushing. The nose man backed off to be a spy to watch him when he starts to run.
Well, that guy couldn't have caught him if he did run.
They were. It seemed like they were more afraid of him running the ball than throwing the ball.
So what are the chances, even if you have a 3-man
99.9%.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and that's the percentage that I think Hugh Freeze was playing there.
Did you realize? I didn't realize this is the 4th time Bama's beaten Auburn in a row. That's the first time this happens since Bear Bryant.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I think they had like 8 or I think it was 8 in a row or 9 in a row.
9 in a row.
9 in a row.
Yeah. 9 in a row.
Yeah, that was in the 70s, right?
Yeah, unbelievable. Melrose, unbelievable. He had another great game. 259 yards passing. He ran the ball for 107 yards, 2 touchdowns.
What about the touchdowns that got called back? You know, those penalties.
Well, it looked like we were going to come out of the gates and play and blow them out. It really kind of felt that way at first of the game. They let me tell you something. This was the worst officiating crew I've ever seen. Did you see Auburn's head? The running back, he catches the ball, and that was the opening kickoff or second kickoff. I can't remember now.
Second, I think.
So maybe it was the second. He's running the ball, an Alabama player about rips his neck off, and I'm going, that's 15 yards. Yeah, it was 15 yards from Auburn. Blocking the back. They didn't even call it. They didn't even call it.
They didn't see it.
I don't think Hugh Freeze was quite as mad as Coach Norville was. On that hit, because he said my players did a better job of keeping their cool, and I did. He said I couldn't stand that. But
go back until the Alabama punter snaps the ball.
Oh yeah,
they're official behind the play. There's official beside the kicker.
Yeah.
And Auburn blindsided. This took him out, knocked him down, jumps on top of him. No, y'all break it up.
I know.
No penalty.
I know.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And then Alabama's receiver caught the ball in bounds. Even everybody's saying, yes, he's going to be completion.
Right.
They come back, incomplete pass.
Incomplete, yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, the other thing, too, is everybody kept saying about the toe catch, that one toe catch. But the guy, believe it or not, the guy down the line was looking at it because you could see him looking at it. And then, because to me, you can't tell with that camera.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I could. I could tell. I could see the green. I mean,
I thought I saw green. I thought I saw green
saw
for sure.
So did all the people in the booth. They said they saw green. But they did the same thing to Auburn. I mean, they screwed Auburn over, too. And it went both ways. Yeah. It really did.
Yeah.
Well, I like the one the guy falls in the end zone. His whole body's in there. We're going to stop play, and we're going to look to see if he made it.
You go into the game. Auburn, they lose New Mexico State, okay?
Right.
I swear I think they practiced 2 weeks on Bama.
Did you hear Nick Saban after the game about that? He goes, go watch the film. Go watch the Auburn, New Mexico State film, and then watch the Iron Bowl film.
Oh, it's like
it's two different
teams.
Auburn teams, and Saban was saying it.
Yeah.
Like they play totally different.
When you couldn't throw the ball, and I'm going to tell you what's scary. If Auburn could throw the ball, we wouldn't have won that game.
Right.
They had people open, and Thorne had a bad game.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah. He missed some.
He missed some key.
Well, I thought when
he missed some key passes.
The quarterback counter kept going. I thought, but eventually somebody's going to stop it, and when they stop it, you're not going to feel good.
Right. Auburn, though, running the football, and they knew where they were going to run it.
Right.
They knew it.
And they did a great job.
Alabama couldn't stop
it.
They couldn't. They had 244 yards rushing, the most Alabama's given up all year. The Iron Bowl's crazy.
Hunter had 93 yards on 14 carries.
Yeah, see, what people don't understand about that game is it doesn't matter what the records are.
It doesn't, especially when it's in Auburn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's tough anyway.
Well, there's a lot of emotion. There's,
it's like Florida
momentum
State, Florida
shifts.
game.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let me get this. Melrose, he was 16 of 24. 259 yards, 2 touchdown passes. Thorne, now I didn't think he had a good game at all throwing the ball. 15 of 16, 91 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, punting.
He had 2 interceptions. Don't forget the one at the end of the game.
Yeah, 2 interceptions. That's right. I'm sorry. Rushing, Alabama, Melrose, the leading rusher, 18 carries, 107 yards. Hunter, like you just said, 14 carries, 93 yards. Receiving, Burton was the top guy, 4 receptions, 107 yards. Of course, Bonds got the big one. And then Johnson had 4 receptions, 76 yards for Auburn, 1 touchdown. Total offense, Alabama had 451 yards. Auburn had 337. Turnovers, Alabama 0. That was the key, 0. Auburn had 3 and still almost won the game. First downs, Bama had 21. Auburn had 18. Time of possession, Alabama had the ball 32 minutes and 43 seconds. Auburn had 27 and 17 seconds. Alabama won the game as a 14.5-point favorite. The over-under was 47.5. That last play, people are going crazy about the last play. A lot of people felt like it should have counted. You go back and watch. He didn't step out of bounds. They said he did. Well, we saw on the replay, he didn't step out of bounds. It should have counted that. Why it didn't, I don't know.
They're saying he stepped out at the 3.
Yeah, go back and watch it.
I know. I didn't think he stepped out
Well,
either.
this affected a lot of people that bet on this football game. Over, under, all these different things they bet on.
Right.
And people are pumped up and upset. Some won, some lost because of it. So they're upset on both ways. So Vegas probably came out on top somehow on this one. But anyway, that was a big thing people were talking about. Team, all right, here's the team now. Alabama team passing is the same thing for Melrose. Auburn team, because Robbie came in there, Auburn did finish with 93 yards. They averaged 5.5 yards per reception. Bama averaged 10.8. Team rushing, Alabama rushed the ball 44 times, 192 yards. They only averaged 4.4 yards per carry, 1 rushing touchdown. Auburn ran it 42 times. I thought it was more than that, 42 times. 244 yards. They averaged 5.8, 2 rushing touchdowns. 6 different receivers touched the ball for Alabama. 6 different receivers for 16 receptions. Auburn only had 3 different receivers catch the ball for 6 receptions and 93 yards. Auburn punted the ball 5 times, averaged 48.0. We're over? Okay, let me take a break. Alabama Updates brought to you by Stevenson Air Conditioning. If you haven't got a service jet, you screwed up. Go get it done now. It's going to be cold this weekend. I think we can get in the 30s down here on the coast. So if you hadn't done it yet, call Jason, call Debbie, make an appointment. Let them come out there and service your heating, cooling. It'll run better, saves you money on your power bill. If you got to know it, get rid of it. It'll pay for itself over a period of time. Stevenson Air Conditioning's #1. Thank you for the Alabama update. We'll be right back. We'll talk about this Iron Bowl some more from the Auburn point of view. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Rural, you can't, or country. Well, listen versus, because you can't say rural.
Georgia's #1 rivalry, the Athens County Jail.
He needs to come back to Michigan and restore some integrity to that program.
Weekday morning 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For tonight, some clouds and a low of 67 with a gentle breeze at 9 miles per hour coming out of the southeast. Tomorrow morning, very light rain with temps around 74. In the afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and sprinkles and a temperature near 74. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Y'all listen up. Let me tell you something about group meals from Rudy's Barbecue. It's got all you need for all the folks you gotta feed, smoked meat, sides, and more. There's everything down to the tablecloth, just like the one that you see at the store. At a bridal shower, it's better than flowers. And a long distance meeting, it'll pass the hours. It'll feed all the cousins at a family function. It's better than potluck at a church luncheon. Next time you need to feed 10 or more, call and order a Rudy's group meal.
Next in line.
Signworks, a business serving businesses since 1985. Everything from signs and banners, vehicles and boats, magnetic and real estate signs, contractor signs, and much more. Signworks can do large format, full color printing too. Signworks, a real professional in the business world. Call Signworks at 785-8899. Signworks, 850-785-8899.
Tiger fans, join us weekday mornings at 8:15. It's the Bay Point Golf Auburn Update on the Coach James Hale Show at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Eagle! Hey! Martha, Kenny, James Quallamire, all you Auburn fans, y'all be proud, man. A lot of people down at that Cajun place. Oh, my God, there were a lot of Auburn fans there. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. Get out there and have a great, they got lunch specials Monday through Friday. Great atmosphere, great people down there. On Wednesdays, I like the Wednesday. 10 wings, drinking aside for $9.99. You can't beat that. Pat does a wonderful job. Beef O'Brady's Lynn Haven, Auburn Update. There was a Big Wheel at the game. He's on Fox Radio, Fox TV. What's his name?
Well,
Dan
Bongino or something like that.
What's his name?
Dan Bongino, yeah.
Yeah, he said a lot of great things. He had an Auburn outfit on, him and his wife. And he's from up north, just talked about the Southern culture, how wonderful Southern people are. Said the game was incredible. He said what impressed him the most. So after the game, it was absolutely going crazy. And then you see him nuts, cheering, crying. And the Auburn people treat Alabama people with respect after the game. No fighting, no throwing things at people. He must not have been out in the parking lot. But no, anyway.
There's a few, but, in general, most.
Yeah, respect.
Most Bama and Auburn fans get along.
It's family.
Yeah,
they have to all year. I mean,
football game, yeah. But, there's some. Some
people are married to Auburn people. I mean,
yeah, like me. Yeah. There was tension in the household, I can tell you. There was definitely tension.
It's such a big day, even the crooks don't go out. They're watching the game, too.
This game, I'll tell you what, every year. I mean, what a great Saturday now. Think about
it. It was a great weekend for football. It really was.
It was beautiful outside. It was kind of cool. I love the temperature. Everything was great. We had a wonderful time. Michigan, Ohio State. What a game. Then you go to the Iron Bowl.
What about Kentucky, Louisville?
I'm talking. What about the Iron Bowl? What about the Iron Bowl? Can we talk about the Iron Bowl?
I love that. We've talked about the Iron Bowl.
No, we're not. No, we're
not done yet.
Listen. The Iron Bowl, unbelievable.
Yeah.
And then that night, Florida State, Florida. It doesn't get better than that.
It does.
The heck with the Kentucky. Who cares about
the Georgia Tech Georgia game started off pretty good.
We're not talking. Hey, Wildcat, we're not talking about basketball. Who cares about Kentucky? They
pulled off the upset.
But seriously, those three games right there. Right. I didn't focus on anything else but those three games. That was unbelievable.
And then you watch the Washington State game. I'm like, they're just all over it. What a great game. God. They pull this out.
I'm so sick of hearing those people.
And again, I've said it multiple times, but I watched the part of the UCLA Cal game, and they were just slobbering over the Pac-12, who is falling apart, and they're slobbering all over it about what a great conference it is, and carrying on. Like, are you kidding me? If it's so good, why is everybody leaving it?
Right. I'm with you. I'm 100%. All right, let's get back to Auburn update. Auburn punted the ball 5 times. They averaged 47.8. Bama punted the ball 5 times. They averaged 42.2. But what was the key to that ball game?
The punt. With 4 minutes and something left to go, Bama punts it. Now think about that. Saban could have gone for it. I forget it was 4th, and I'm trying to remember exactly.
Was it 2 or 4?
I think it was like 4th and 4, something like that.
Didn't they get a false start on that, and they backed them up? And
something.
Yeah.
But anyway.
And then Bama punts it, and Coy Moore fumbles the punt. He on a fair catch.
Yeah.
Fumbles it and gives Alabama another chance to.
It looked like they scored, but you can't
come back in this game.
Advance, they fumbled punt.
Right. A muff, you can't. But the thing, too, was I think the Alabama people were too close to them. Should have been fair catch interference.
The Hale, the little circle thing. You're supposed to give them a chance to catch the ball.
I don't know how close they were. I did, but they
didn't break the rules.
No,
come on, man.
Well, they never did break the rules. What are you talking about? But the thing,
wait a minute. Last segment we were talking about the officiating.
I know, but now he's on their side. But when he punted, he still had 3 timeouts. So it wasn't.
Who'd you say it was? Scott was the guy that number 0, but it wasn't Scott. They have 2 number 0s. Moore was in the game. Moore's the one that screwed the ball up.
Right.
It wasn't Scott. Yeah,
it's Coy
everybody
Moore.
Thought it was Scott. Even if you freeze after the game to ask a question about it, then they figured it out later. Oh, wait a minute, it was Moore because they both got number 0.
Yeah, and you feel bad for him. A bad moment. But there were 3 mistakes that Auburn made at the end of this game.
Yep.
One was the fumbled punt. The second one was the 4th and 31, and the third one was the interception. I mean, if they could have had a passing attack at the end, Auburn could have gotten to field goal range.
Right.
It's those are the 3 problems that Auburn encountered at the end of the game. Otherwise, they had this game won.
Notice that
they had it won.
On the interception, notice that Alabama didn't rush 2. They had more than 2 rushing. I just wanted to
we just got a text let you know something. It doesn't matter what happened the whole game. It was 4th and 31, okay, and they scored.
And we're going to rename U.S. Highway 431 for
it. All right. You pointed that out with 4:48 to go in the ball game. But I'm going to say this about Hugh Freeze. He had some plays designed up. He's gone against Nick before.
He knew what
they like to call. He knew what they were going to set up and what the adjustments are to these routes. And Alabama's one of the few schools when you're defense, you read the routes to determine what you do.
Right.
Which is, man,
it's hard.
Complicated.
It's very complicated.
I sit up there this far from Nick Saban. He's going all their defenses, what they're going to do on the defense. If you do this, we do that.
Right.
You got to be smart.
And so, but think about it. The secondary. A lot of people say, well, Bama's playing a lot of man-to-man. Well, yeah, it could be man-to-man. Depends on what the receiver does.
Right.
You as a defensive back, what that receiver does determines if you're in zone or man-to-man.
You remember Bobby?
It's that complicated.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Right.
Yeah, well, Nick goes a different way.
He does go a different way.
But they had that play designed, and they were trips out there one time. They had a guy come across the middle, and went across wide open, nobody there.
Right.
And they didn't. One time they hit it, the other time they missed it. But the great play they scored on, little wheel route.
Yeah.
The little wheel route. They called him a man. The corner flipped in. The other guy, inside guy, couldn't get out. It was like it was designed plays. It was a great play design by Hugh Freeze.
Great coach.
He had a bunch of them. They just they couldn't execute them. The
Think about that.
Get the ball off to them.
Hugh Freeze plays that kind of game, and he doesn't have a great quarterback, and he still made it happen. He played to the talent that he has.
Right. I was impressed.
I was impressed, too.
Now, the other thing was impressive. If you're an Auburn fan, I went back and read all these comments by these big-time recruits who were there, 4- and 5-star recruits. There were a lot of people there. The atmosphere, this is what the kids said, the atmosphere is off the chart. I never seen anything like it. This is kind of what these guys were saying. He said, these people love football. I got to think about this. They need me now. All these are all kind of words they're hearing, and they're selling that. You come to Auburn now, you can play. You don't have to sit on the bench. We need you now. Auburn's going to come back quickly. They're going to be a power. I'm telling you, he's going to get it going, rolling there. They did a great scheme.
They certainly helped themselves.
The thing about it, the thing is disappointing, though, they didn't get it done the week before. I mean, against New Mexico State, they look like a totally different football
I've said it over and over. I think they practice for Alabama. I mean, what else? What other explanation is there?
Yeah. Other news about Auburn that happened, they honored James Andrews, Dr. Andrews. He says cherished memories. He was an Auburn team doctor. His first year was when Pat Sullivan was at Auburn, 1969. He went to Tulane Medical School. That's one of the places he went. He's kind of the king of the knee surgery. Opened up the Houston Clinic over in Columbus in 1984. Anyway, he's been a part of Auburn since then to 2023, the last football season. He's done, retired. He was there. His family was there. His beautiful wife. They had him on the field. It was pretty cool. So
he's been a big Auburn supporter.
Yeah, he does not just do strictly Auburn football play. He's also operating on Bama players also too.
Right, but he's turned over those reins pretty much to Lyle Kane, who was a classmate of mine at UAB.
Yeah.
So Lyle's a good guy. Covers Bama.
But what a day! What a game! Everybody throughout the country was talking about the Iron Bowl. That was a talk of college football, like it always is when the game's played at Auburn. Something crazy happens. It was the last time CBS will cover the game. I thought they did a great job. Auburn made them feel real welcome there. They kind of did a little thing about that, and it was great. Either team could have won that football game. They both played their hearts out. It's kind of like Florida State. Florida's 12-0. Florida Gators won 5 games, but they got after each other. I mean, rival weekend's different.
It really didn't matter what you were ranked, what your record was.
Yeah.
that's rivalry weekend. I mean, it just didn't matter.
Credit to Georgia Tech. They played their hearts out against
They
Georgia.
scored first. Georgia Tech.
Well, Georgia's given up touchdowns early in the year.
Yeah,
first half.
They actually caused a fumble, and then they scored from there.
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job. I got to give them credit, man.
Right. Did you, my old ACC official, did you see them? The clock just barely turned 0, and they run the fake punt, and they call it back.
Yes. Yeah,
and then the next time Florida has it, it runs past 0,000, 1,002, and they don't call. So
that's your own people.
That's right.
They were making up for the other bad call.
That's right. They practice bad calls. So they have a clinic for that.
I didn't realize this. This is sad. Thank you, Mayor. Miami and Florida together, only won 12 football games. Can you believe? The national championship used to run through the state of Florida.
Yeah,
right.
It's one of the three teams are going to either win it or play for it.
Right.
And I remember that. And now it's just, Florida State's the only one that's got it rolling right now. That's
well, I know, but you got to go to UCF. They've been rolling a little bit.
They played well. They have no chance sending off his money down there. Gus is taken care of. All right, let's talk about some of our great sponsorships. Appreciate all of them. Chad, give us some love. How did we get to your wonderful people down there?
Call Orthopedic Associates at 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at chadmitchellmd.com.
We'll give you out his cell number on Facebook so you can call him.
Absolutely. He appreciates when I do that. He always thanks me in a difficult way. Taco, and Chad, I do want to thank for that nice fitting jock you gave me.
Athletics. I don't even think people wear those anymore.
Well, that again.
I don't think kids. Hell, they don't do two-a-days. They don't hit much.
So for our listeners out there that didn't see the gift that I gave Coach Hale earlier, go to YouTube and look up today's show and look at the Christmas gift that he got.
Thank you.
Right.
It's very fitting.
And that's just the first one I've got. That's the early gift.
You know what? He thought it was a COVID face mask for a minute.
I thought it was a tank top for me. South Oak Time Closing. Chuck Tucker does a great job. Make sure any real estate needs, Chuck Tucker, number one. South Oak. Wait a minute, where am I at? Paparazzi Gourmet Deli.
ESPN.
If you love pizza, that's the only place you need to go, man. 3 restaurants in one: the deli, the bakery. Oh my goodness, the bakery's incredible. Try the Paradise Cake; you'll absolutely love it. They're right there on Thomas Drive. John's a retired police officer. Go try it out. You'll love it. Paparazzi Gourmet Deli is number one. Not even close. Max Fit Sports Nutrition. What's your favorite product down there?
The Joint Boost is the great thing. Now I always also the greens, the powder that mix up gives you all your vegetables and.
Jason said there's 3 things he always walks out of there with: those greens, that Joint Boost, and those red pills. That's some good stuff down there. Max Fit Sports Nutrition, number one.
And the little blue ones.
Yeah. Dr. Ward.
I can't afford those. So.
Dr. Ward, don't forget about him. 1 in 5 develop skin cancer. Doesn't look right, feel right. Don't put it off. Go see Dr. Ward. There's offices throughout Northwest Florida. Saw a great picture of him and his son at the game before the kickoff. They had a great time down there. The atmosphere in the swamp, too, was unbelievable. My goodness, it was crazy down there on both sides. All right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Let's kick it. Ice, ice, baby. Ice, ice, baby. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with my brand new invention.
Start your morning with sports updates, interviews, reactions, lively discussions, insights, and expert analysis.
I think in our lifetime, we will never see another undefeated team.
Join Evan, Canty, and Michelle weekday mornings from 5 to 7.
It will never happen again.
On the Sports Talk Monster.
If anyone deserves the benefit of the doubt for one last chance, it's Bill Belichick.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Golf is a game that should be fun, but to have the most fun, you need to play your best. That's where the experts at Golf Plus come in. Their friendly staff will guide you through the buying process, answer all your questions, and can help with any repairs you need along the way. Golf Plus is your custom fitting, club repair, and golf retail shop. Golf Plus staff is non-commissioned and will work with you to find the best product for your game, just like they've been doing since 1988. Golf Plus in Dothan and Panama City Beach. Fitting, repair, retail. That's Golf Plus.
Bill Bird Kia, your local community dealer, is thankful for your support this year and is giving you holiday savings on the purchase of a new 2023 Kia. Just in time for holiday travel adventures, now offering 1.9% APR for up to 48 months on the purchase of a new 2023 Kia Sorento. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. Bill Bird Kia is the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us today at 2435 East 15th Street or any anytime at BillbirdKiaPanamaCity.com. We'll treat you like family and give you the peace of mind you can trust.
Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2023 Kia Sorento with $2,165 per month per $1,000 financed at 48 months. Quality is limited. No down payment required. Cannot be combined with other finance offers. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers. Must take delivery from dealer stock through 1/2/24.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michaels studio.
They got something that money couldn't buy.
I was noticing when you come down the stairs that you've got pretty legs.
All right, I'll tell you a story without a happy ending. Y'all following this?
ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. What an unbelievable. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. What a weekend of college football. Here's what happened rivalry weekend in the SEC. Missouri 48, Arkansas 14. Glenn, it looked like Arkansas quit playing. I mean, it looked ugly. Kentucky, I kept bragging on my Cardinals. Mark Ivy. I got to call Mark and say, what happened with the defense? My God. Anyway, Kentucky gets it done 38-31, which kind of hurts the ACC championship game.
It does.
You needed both of them. If they'd have been 11-1, and Florida State 12-0, you got a big time game there.
Right. We still got to play them though. They're a good team.
Yeah, we're gonna have to play. No doubt about that. And you know what? You wait and see. If they'll get that defense straight, that's gonna be a game.
You never know if they're going to be a good team or not. I mean, it's.
Yeah.
1 week they are, 1 week they aren't.
Yeah.
1 week
little Auburn, 1 week from what you never know what you're going to get. All right, Clemson, they take it on the road. They beat South Carolina 16-7. FSU 24, Florida Gators 15. Auburn gets beat by Bama 27-24. Another good competitive football game. Ole Miss, they go 10-2, Glenn. 10-2 at Ole Miss. That's a big season for them. 17, Mississippi State 7. LSU, my goodness, the quarterback giving the Heisman. They won't. Bo Nix is going to win it, I'm telling you right now. But Daniel should win it. 42-30 over Texas A&M. Tennessee puts it on Vandy, 48-24.
That's a surprise.
Tony Thompson, my former player, was there, brought some family members there, videoed them down the field, the practice field. It's pretty cool seeing that again. Love Tony. Georgia is Georgia and Kirby's world. We just live in it. They flex their muscles again. But it was a competitive football game, 31-23 at Georgia Tech. Now, let's look at some other national scores.
Well, how come they're not getting all over Georgia about that score?
It's Georgia.
I know, but
nobody's going to say about Georgia. You know
I understand.
That.
Well, I know that's a rivalry game too, but I'm just saying now we're going to go to Florida State, and then.
Well, that's the thing about it. What you just said. Mm-hmm. Okay, Washington State. Washington State probably should have won that football game, or could have won that football. 24-21, right?
Right.
Their record, I think, was 6-5, 5-6, something like that. Yet you don't hear that. You hear about what great team Washington is. That passing attack.
They came from behind and did
what a
it.
game!
Yeah,
what a game!
Right.
You go to a swamp and you lose. Yeah, Florida State. We don't know. You know, they just don't look right. There's something that's not right.
They're not controlling the game.
Yeah, they're not. They say one thing.
Right.
And they turn around and change it for the other team. I don't get it. It makes me sick.
Well, I guarantee you Florida State would have played them this past weekend. That their defense would have shut all that down.
Well, see, your quarterback's hurt. Yeah. So that's their excuse. The quarterback's. And Louisville lost to a Kentucky team that's won 5 games or 6 games, whatever it is. So that game's not important. They're not like Washington, Oregon having to play.
Right. Well, you know why they call it the game, right? Because that's the only game all year that have 2 good teams playing.
I don't get it, man.
I know.
And I tell you what, I feel bad for Ohio State. Ohio State would beat both those teams.
I know.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I think Ohio State would definitely beat both of those teams.
It wouldn't even be close. I mean, last time they played.
Well, I mean, you know, if they end up in the playoffs, I think you're going to see what's going to happen to them.
Well, here's the bottom line. Everybody in the West Coast, they are upset about their conference is dead and gone. They want to make sure they get a player win the Heisman. They want to make sure they get a team in the playoffs. So they're going to fight for that. Then you got the Big 12 that hates the SEC, hates the Big 10. All those people, same thing. They want their guys in. They'll help out the Pac. They're going to vote for the West Coast people. I guarantee. I just believe this.
They don't like the ACC. They hate the SEC. And really, a lot of people hate the Big Ten because the Big Ten, what they did to college football also. So, but the Big Ten is going to get a team in there. Undefeated Michigan. Who are they playing? Iowa.
Iowa.
That's going to be whatever they want the score to be in that game. Iowa can't score.
If all four of them win, they'll all be 13-0.
Yeah.
So who you take out and put in a 12-1 team?
Well, if Washington wins out, they're in. Then Michigan's in. And then you would think if Florida State will win, but I don't know.
I don't think they can hold Florida. If these four teams stay undefeated.
Why did they drop them? Why did they drop them from number 4 to number 5?
I get it. But
why did you move
if these four
Washington?
Teams stay undefeated,
did you Washington play?
It's kind of hard to argue.
I saw the whole
What did
game.
they do to deserve to go ahead of Florida State? What did they do?
It's their strength of schedule.
What schedule?
Well, they're saying
strength.
Yeah. What?
But I'm just saying,
They just looked. It's just the eye test.
Yeah. It depends on which week it is or which they come up with. So
unbelievable.
Well, I don't know. We just have to win.
Do you think Washington could have played an SEC schedule and come out undefeated?
No, come on, man. No,
there's no way. Yeah,
no way.
Too many good
they struggle with
defenses.
some of those teams.
Yeah,
they're going to find out even when they get to the Big Ten that
all that's going to be over, and maybe that's why they're pumping this so much. They know it's going to be over.
Look what happened to Nebraska when they went in the Big Ten. They hadn't won like they used to. All right, let's get these scores in. The game, Michigan 30, Ohio State 24, 2 plays. The quarterbacks, the interception, the 2 turnovers cost Ohio State, but that's the game. I mean, it happened. Give them credit. Yep. Ryan Day's under a lot of heat. I sent a picture out that they showed him being held back from 2 police officers. He's screaming and crying. They wouldn't let him get on the bus, go back to Columbus. Anyway, you got to win at Ohio State, man. They don't play around. They'll fire you in a heartbeat. And then again, number 14, LSU 42, Texas A&M 30. Washington 24, Washington State 21, Notre Dame 56, Stanford, another powerhouse out there, has won about 4 games, 23. UCF, Chaz team 27, Houston 13. They fired the coach at Houston after the game. Purdue 35, Indiana 31. I believe they fired the coach at Indiana.
Yeah, you got toasted.
And they were talking about John Gruden, said he showed some interest in the Indiana job. I don't believe that, but that's what the word's being said. Alabama's offense coordinator might get that job. His name's been brought up. Duke 30, Pitt 19. Duke's head coach now is the head coach of Texas A&M.
That's correct.
Duke is open. Troy lucked up and beat my Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles. Let's don't tell the score. 35 to 17. Lucky. Syracuse beats Wake Forest 35 to 31. Utah. Okay, this is Utah, right?
Yeah, powerhouse.
Pac-12 powerhouse.
Yeah.
Barely beat Florida, a team that won 5 games this year.
Yeah.
But they won. They beat Dion 23 to 17. Arizona is pretty good. Arizona 59, Arizona State 23. Oklahoma State 40. BYU 34. I think that was an overtime game.
It was.
They will play Texas for the championship, Big 12 championship. Texas will take care of that. Maryland 42. Tula's little brother just broke the passing record in the Big 10. Rutgers 24. Northwestern 45. Illinois 43. Wisconsin, I love that coach there, Wisconsin 28. Minnesota 14. Virginia Tech 55. Virginia 17. West Virginia, he had a pretty good year this year, better than I thought. West Virginia 34, Baylor 31. Remember when he was the hot coach? They played Ole Miss and beat them in the Sugar Bowl.
All right.
The Baylor's dropped off pretty quick. Kansas 49, Cincinnati 16. Cincinnati made the playoffs. They've fallen apart since then. NC State 39, North Carolina 20. Come on, Mac. Iowa State 42, Kansas State 35. Cal. Oh, this conference is unbelievable. Cal 33, UCLA 7, and Iowa. You know what they beat? They're going to play Michigan for the Big Ten championship. Okay, this is a joke. You know what their score was against Nebraska, and we know Nebraska's.
It was very low scoring.
Nebraska's a dumpster fire.
13 to 10. 13 to 10.
Close game.
Yeah, the championship game was played in Ann Arbor. That's the championship game. Miami 45, BC 20. Oklahoma 69, TCU 45.
TCU such a powerhouse.
Yep.
Yeah, they were in the playoffs a year ago.
Yeah, and Georgia just scored again.
Penn State 42, Michigan State 0, and you got Oregon 31, Oregon State 7. All right, let's talk about the Heisman Trophy. Daniels from LSU. How can you not give him the national?
Listen, he's played a lot of SEC teams. I know SEC didn't start off the first week very well, but Jaden Daniels is every bit it. Bo Nix has played in the SEC, and he didn't do very well.
He goes to Pac-12.
He had to go somewhere else to try to win the Heisman Trophy. That's how I see it. Jaden Daniels, great quarterback.
I think. Florida State may have been the only ones to hold him down a little bit. Not a whole lot.
They did. They probably played him as well as anybody. All right, let's take a break. We'll get back and finish up this Heisman watch. I want to talk a little bit more about that. A couple statistics and what's going on the rest of the week in college football. Got playoff games going to be played this weekend, but right now let's talk about some of our great people. Get out to Newbies, have a wonderful time. John Shar always giving back to the community. 3 great locations. Newbie 2 on the curve to go watch all sporting events. The Mothership, the best bands in the Southeast at Newbies. Get out there and have a great time. Some coach sent you. El Rodeo, Tequila Bar and Grill, one of the newest Mexican restaurants here in Panama City Beach, right across the street from the Navy base. David and their crew do a great job. Go have a wonderful time down there. Rudy's Barbecue on Bat Beach Road. They cater. They do it all. Go eat with their wonderful facility down there. It's huge. TV sets everywhere. The Lorelei Layton room back in the back. You can have a chamber meeting, birthday party, football banquet, any banquet back there at Rudy's Barbecue. The food's delicious. #1 barbecue place, Rudy's Barbecue, Back Beach Road. Dr. Chad Mitchell, 25 years, going on 25 years, taking care of Bay County athletes. Any kind of problem, go see Chad. Make an appointment. He does an incredible job. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
104.3 ESPN is above the rim. Exciting college basketball is back. Tune in every Saturday for the biggest games in college basketball, plus marquee evening matchups during the week. The Round Ball. And it goes for the win! You want it, you need it, and we've got it. College basketball plays here. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida this Monday. For tonight, some clouds and a low of 67 with a gentle breeze at 9 miles per hour coming out of the southeast. Tomorrow morning, very light rain with temps around 74. In the afternoon and evening, possible thunderstorms and sprinkles and a temperature near 74. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
The holidays are coming. Celebrate the season with the Humane Society of Bay County at their annual fundraiser, Santa Paws Holiday Photos. Photo packages start at just $45 and are considered a donation to the Humane Society. Gather up your fur babies, family, and friends and come on over. Holiday photos take place Saturday, December 2nd and Sunday, December 3rd at their thrift and gift store. Appointments are recommended, but walk-ins are welcome. Create everlasting memories this holiday season.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
If your neighbor, employer, or grandmother were traumatized by comments made on the Coach James Hale Show.
One thing people aren't saying a whole lot about, and I'll probably get in trouble,
but just wanted to take this moment to say, get bent. We're live from the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. All right, Chad, Glenn.
I'm listening.
What's this song? What's this music to?
Celine Dion.
What's it to?
It goes to the Titanic.
No, it does not. It goes to Melrose Pass.
They got it.
Oh, God.
They're playing it.
Man.
They're playing it. Melrose drops back and fries. I'm sorry, man. I love Auburn.
No, it don't bother me. I wasn't covering him.
Anyway, I thought it was pretty cool. They show Bonds dropping back. They start the Titanic music. And he's catching it, and they show all the people crying. Anyway,
there was
it's funny if you're an Alabama fan. Not so much.
It's not so much if you're an Auburn fan. That's right.
All right, Chad. Let's get back to this Heisman deal. We're both talking about this. The love for the Pac-12 this year is incredible. The disrespect for FSU, I think, since the last 5 weeks has been pretty bad from the Midwest, the South, not the South, the Midwest, and I say the out West. But let's go to Daniels. What do you do against Texas A&M? And Texas A&M's got a good defensive front. Now, I realize they got a new coach there, an interim coach, and it's different. But he still was 16 of 24 for 235 yards, 4 touchdown passes. Then he ran for 120 yards on 11 carries. I know the record's 9-3. They're not going to be playing in the any kind of championship, SEC championship. The next game for them is a bowl game. Bo Nix will have the entire world watching Friday night when Washington and Oregon play Friday night on Fox. Both those quarterbacks are up for the Heisman. They got the big stage. If Oregon wins, I think Bo Nix, I think they get in the playoffs. I think he gets the Heisman. That's just me. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. No, I think that may be true.
When you watch Washington play, Penix just slings it out there, and nobody can cover those guys. I don't think they're that good. The last touchdown they made, the guy's back to everything.
Right.
Yeah,
right. I'm with you. I just think that's what's going to happen.
I'm not one of the experts, so I don't know.
I don't know. I just don't see a lot of good defense in the Pac-12. Am I wrong there?
No, that's what you pointed out. Bo Nix was a good quarterback in the Southeastern Conference. He goes to the Pac-12. He wins everything, every award out there.
Because he doesn't have defenses he's got to play.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Mississippi State's got their head football coach. Levy is back. He was offense coordinator at Ole Miss, a really good football coach. Lane Kiffin's already did something to get him going. He did something on Facebook or whatever to get him. But anyway, he's 39 years old, Glenn. Arnett was fired, 4-6, first year as a head football coach. Levy comes in, offense coordinator at Ole Miss, also the offense coordinator at Oklahoma right now, but now he is the head football coach. Flew in a private jet. They greeted him, and hopefully he'll do well in Mississippi State. I think I don't care who you are, right now in the SEC with Texas, Oklahoma coming in, it's going to be a hard time to survive in this environment you're going to be doing. What's going on this weekend? You got Georgia, Alabama, 3 o'clock kickoff, CBS. Georgia's favored by one of them to open up 4.5 point. Over-under is 57.5. In the Big 12, a big game there is Texas, Oklahoma State. Big 10 is Michigan, Iowa State. Of course, we know Washington and Oregon's Friday night for the Pac-12. ACC, it's the Cardinals and Seminoles getting after it in Charlotte. That's a night game.
It's a night game Saturday night. Yeah.
So those are the ones we'll be watching.
I think they're flying in Pac-12 officials for that game.
I think you're right. College game day will be, they decide they're going to Atlanta for the Alabama-Georgia football game.
What? They're not going to Washington?
That shocked me. Well, Fox will have it's on a Friday, too. That's another reason they probably didn't go to the games on a Friday. I'm with you. I thought and I really believe if the game would have been Saturday, they'd have been out there.
Yep.
And that's going to be played in Vegas, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Friday night. But again, and we will be there. Julie and I are going to go to the game in Atlanta. Everything works out. Did you guys see Chris Fowler and Hurstry dancing and going crazy
over the
Iron Bowl
of all the plays?
Yeah,
it was Auburn, I think, going ahead too, and just all of that. They were having a good time with that game.
Yeah,
I don't think they cared who won. They just.
I wonder if they were upset if you're Auburn people or other parts of the country. Because it looked like they're Bama fans to me.
No, I don't think they were. I
think they were just.
They were celebrating the Auburn, the fourth down,
They showed that too.
That was the first part. Like, so Bama gets to fourth down, and they're like, "Are you kidding me? Auburn's going to win this game." That was part of it as well. So I don't think they cared who won the game. I think they were just excited to see
I think it was
craziness and drama at the end of the game.
Right.
What'd you guys think? Michigan State, we're talking about Oregon State's coach. He is gone. Smith is out there. They don't have a league anymore. Can you blame the guy? He takes a job at Michigan State, going to make good money. Good luck in Big Ten. Good luck playing Ohio State, Michigan. Yeah. You would think USC is going to get better. UCLA, Oregon, Washington, Penn State, Wisconsin. That's another league, man. You're a coach there. You're not going to be there very long.
Yeah.
Right.
Unless you got talent around you.
Even then.
Is he from?
We see Lincoln Riley's done such a great job, right?
Boy. Feinbaum's all over him about being a fraud.
I've been all over him from the very beginning. He can't coach defense.
Oh, no.
He can't.
I mean, I'm not. It's nothing personal.
But he can't find
he has
anybody to help
great offenses. Let's put it that way.
Right.
He is exceptional at offense. He's not good at defense.
But
you would think at Southern Cal they can get that straight.
Somebody can, he would be able to hire somebody that knows what they're doing.
Leave him alone. Yeah. This is Michigan State's 26th head football coach. Yeah, Smith was named the 2022 Pac Coach Co of the Year, Co-Coach of the Year. He's been there 3 years, 25-13. Pretty good football coach. So good job for him getting this job. Hope he likes it. And see how long he can last there.
Oregon State, one of the ones that are still left out there, but they're in whatever league.
Washington State is still got their coach.
But I'm just saying, Oregon State, they lost their coach. Aren't they still one of the people that are staying?
Yes, you got two of them, but they'll be going to what? Are they going to the Pac-12 or the big? I think the Mountain. I don't know.
It could be now. They like the Pac-4 or something.
Yeah, the Pac-4, 4.5 depends on what.
I think there's just two of them left.
Maybe James Madison and SMU will join them.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, I'm trying to think what else. This is what I think College News Football Network. Here's what they have happening, Glenn. Playoff Rose Bowl. They've got Georgia, FSU. They're wrong. If that happens, those two teams, they will be playing the Sugar Bowl. They won't make those teams go out west. And I think that's what they did. They just wrote down wrong. And then you got Michigan, Washington playing. That would be the Rose Bowl. The Sugar Bowl would be Georgia, FSU. Cotton Bowl, they've got Bama and Ohio State. In the Fiesta Bowl, they got Texas and Oregon. Peach Bowl, they got Missouri and Tulane. In the Orange Bowl, they got Oklahoma, Penn State. Now, that's just one of three more websites where people, but they're starting to come down where they're all kind of lining similar, not exactly, because we'll know more after this weekend. We'll know Sunday where everybody's going to be playing their ball game.
The thing is, though, Missouri's going to have to go play Tulane. I mean,
in the Peach Bowl, Atlanta, yeah. That I don't know if that happens or not. Would you rather? You would think they would win that game. That'll be the Super Bowl for Tulane.
Right. But what I was just thinking, as good as Missouri's had a year this year, I would think they
Missouri's been a good football team this year.
And they got the guy they wanted to, Drinkwitz.
They lost to LSU in Georgia.
Right.
Yeah. They and he was on the hot seat, guys. They had him.
I know, but he came from Appalachian State, where he had won a lot of games.
Right. He was a legendary coach there.
All right, I'm going to do it this Tuesday. I'm going to come up with, and we'll do 24/7 what bowl games they believe will happen. Then you have CBS, what they believe will happen. You got ESPN. All these bowl polls have come out. Does anybody care about the polls?
No.
The main
I care more about the Czechoslovakians than I do the polls.
Well, they're all in our country. What do you mean? They're here. You just go look at them. You've been to Pier Park lately? They're here.
So it's up to all these.
How much time we got? 30 seconds. Chad, real quick, what's the best way to get up with you?
Call Orthopedic Associates, 850-785-4344. You can also look me up at ChadMitchellMD.com.
Let's help out Bozeman High School, man. Let's get somebody to Bozeman High School.
Right.
Go by there, drop it off, or what's that site?
Bozeman Bucks Football Facebook page.
Glenn, we got you Wednesday.
Yes, I
Chad,
think so.
next Monday.
I should be here.
All right, we got to have you. Wildcat, you going to be here tomorrow?
No, taking the day off. Yeah, Randy saw my shirt, so he gave me the day off.
Was it the day off or the week off?
Kentucky, man, you can't trust them at all.
I know.
We're out. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Take ESPN Northwest Florida with you everywhere you go.
Anytime, anyplace, anywhere.
The sports talk and live play-by-play doesn't have to end when you get out of the car. The ESPN Northwest Florida app streams your favorite sports talk hosts